Keep all this time. Heavy is the head. I see the boat throwing. I'm too full with it. I gotta keep going. Kobe with the wins. You niggas just Ginobili. You win and only cousin me. Let's keep the ball rolling. No disrespect, Slim. Where is your check, Slim?
Welcome back to another episode of the You Want That podcast. I am, of course, your host, at Mia Was Here. We got a great show for you this week. Make sure you follow us everywhere at You Want Their podcast. Chaz, you can get us started. We're going to introduce our guests and we're going to get it going.
Yo, what's going on, family? This is Chaz DL. Welcome back for another great conversation. And welcome, family. What's going on with y'all?
What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff2Funny. I'm a local DJ. Well, I ain't gonna say local. I ain't gonna hold myself to that. I'm a DJ. Well, I'm a man of many hats. Like I said, I DJ. I also work in the sports radio industry. I produce the V. Mitchell Finley show on 106.7 The Fan in DC. Oh man, you can call me an artist manager. I'm getting into engineering. I'm just all around. If I can help, that's what I do.
Okay.
I just like to, build my legacy while helping build other people's legacies.
Okay. So, I respect that.
No doubt.
That's what I do.
What's going on, family? It's LewLemmeGet1. I'm a producer, artist, engineer, all that in the DMV area. I done traveled a lot for this music, man. I'm heavy into music. I produce for a lot of people locally and some people in Atlanta and Texas, all over the place. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to the conversation.
Perfect. That's what we want to hear. So Lou, we're going to get started with you. Kind of give us a little background information on your origins, how you got started in production to begin with, like kind of what your inspiration was.
For sure.
And, kind of what you've been able to accomplish as a result of that.
Yeah, so when I was in college, I went to VCU. I'm originally from New York. I was born in New York. I lived in Jersey for a long time. I moved to Virginia when I was like 14. Did high school out in Virginia, Northern Virginia, Fairfax County to be exact. It's still DMV. You feel me? I still rep the DMV.
We'll get it that. Go ahead.
It's all good. But then I moved down to Richmond, and I went to I went to Norfolk State first, my freshman year. Went to Norfolk State. I stayed there for a year. Then I transferred to VCU. And I was always into music. I loved it. But when I got to VCU, I had a friend who passed away. He introduced me to a mutual friend. And we would listen to music all the time, smoke, just chilling. And he was on my computer just looking at my music library. And he was like, man, you got good taste. You should produce. Never thought about producing, never. And one day I opened up that garage band and it was over after that. I just fell in love with it. And that was in 2013 and it's 2025 and I'm still at it. My biggest accomplishments, I would say, when I went to South by Southwest in 2018, and this is where I got my major, a major placement with an artist called Spark Dog. He signed a Drummer Boy. And I was in a beat battle. I was doing beat battles, heavy. He heard one of my beats on the beat battle, and he pulled me to the side. He's like, man, I want to work with you, bro. So that was my first, big record that I got with a known artist in my eyes. He was signed to Drummer Boy at the time, and he's still doing his thing, man. Okay. So, that's kind of my origin story, how I started producing.
Okay. What about you?
That's dope. Hey, it's crazy because mine kind of similar to yours. I went to Bowie State University.
Hey.
Shout out all AGC.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
I knew when I got to college that I wanted to do radio, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, man, all right, we just going to see how this works for radio. Then I get to orientation, and my boy DJ Freeze, shout out him, he's from Jersey, Franklin.
Shout out Jersey.
Man, we love you up here, bro. Come talk to us.
Oh, that's my dog. Yeah. So, he rocking. I'm talking about, I'm seeing people from Baltimore dance. I'm seeing people from Jersey dance. I'm like, that is what I want to do. So I go up to Freeze. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be a DJ. I'm here in journalism. He like, yeah, I'm in the journalism program too. I'm gonna hit you later on the night. I'm like, he ain't gonna hit me. I'm like, man, I'm a freshman. I'm like, bro just lied. He gonna see me around campus. So I ain't take it too personal. Next thing you know, later on that night, 732 number calling my phone or whatever.
732.
And I'm like, oh, who is this? I'm like, it's a bill collector. So then he called me right back. I said, oh man. So I pick it up. He said, hey man, you in college now. Everybody ain't from Maryland. You gotta answer your phone. So I'm like, oh, what's up? He like, yo, we going out to the club tonight. And I'm like, oh, all right, let's go. So I wasn't even old enough to get in. We get in DC. He like, yo, you 21? I'm like, no, I'm 19. He like, all right. Well, when we get in this club, you're going to go straight to the DJ booth and you don't leave until approximately 12:30. So I'm in the booth. I'm watching the club fill up. I'm young. This is my first time experiencing this. So you can just, you know how the excitement. I'm seeing women that's older than me. I'm like, 12:30 hit yet? No, man. The club packs. And then from there on, it was just like everywhere Freeze was, I was. When I got my own equipment, shoot. I remember my first year of college, I didn't buy no shoes, I didn't buy no clothes. I'm talking about, I'm trucking it in the same shoes, wearing slippers around campus, and then I buy my own equipment and then just start building from there. I would say my biggest accomplishment with it, I would say it's literally this year of DJing for me. This is my 10th year right here. So
Nice.
I say that because I'm doing things that I never thought I would do. I'm one of the Washington Commanders DJs. I DJ on game day for them. I'm doing shows with different artists. I'm helping artists with artist development. So any artists hit me. I got
a bunch of them.
Oh, now when you started talking, I was like, all right, already. So
point of the show, baby. Yep. That's why.
Yeah. So I'm just. I would say I evolved in all facets of a DJ. I'm in the studios helping engineer and mix and master. I'm in the clubs DJing. Hey, speaking of which, I'm on Party Tonight, 202 Lounge. That's where I'm at every Saturday. I'm in the clubs. I'm on the stages. So that what I would say is my biggest accomplishment is building where I'm at now, because it's only up from here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, Freeze blessed you. That's what's up.
Yeah,
shout out to that.
One of my boys, even my mom know Freeze. That man that spent Thanksgivings and everything. Cause I look at it like this: you giving me a skill, that's gonna make me money for a lifetime.
Heck yeah.
And not even that, he just fully embraced me. I'm talking about bro. I would never forget this. He was like, yo, you know what? You big. He said, whenever you come out with me, you need to wear all black. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, because you security.
Security.
I said, what you mean? He said, yo, because I'm going to get back there because I'm already know. You going to get back there because you look the part. You look like you're supposed to be back there. And just little lessons like that he taught me as we finesse. I'm talking about backstage Wale shows, all types of things. Getting in the New Year's party. Bro, I'm 20 in the New Year's party at the Howard Theater. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, I don't got to show ID for a drink because, they think I'm 20. So, everything that he just, that's my dog. That man could call me and be like, yo, I'm in DC today. I need a place to crash for a month. All right, look, come to my 3rd floor, bro. That's my
Jersey.
dog.
I think we forget that though, and we really do emphasize that you weren't there, the necessity of connection, right? And the necessity of community and how far that could take you. You know what I mean? Because there's so much talent that comes from this area in so many different arenas. We 10% of the NBA. It's a huge amount of talent that comes from this area in so many ways. So not to tap into that, whether it be people you went to college with, whether it's people you meet out in the clubs, whether it's people you meet at the festivals, whether it's people you meet as a result of being a guest on the show. To not tap into that, to me, is always crazy. Because you have no idea who you meet from here could know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that could take you to that next space. You know what I'm saying? And we forget that sometimes. you need to learn how to make some friends.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
I don't think we talk about that more. We got to probably emphasize that more, especially now. Like the new generation coming up, they computer. They on
talk
the
about
computer.
that. I swear, like we talk about that like all the time. Like how
Crazy.
when we were coming up in that space, there was such a community because you had to be outside. You had to be in those clubs. You had to be at those open mics. You had to be in those spaces. And now because you can build such a following online, like because there's such necessity really behind like your digital profile that it really like kind of underwhelms the necessity of like connection and meeting people and like shaking hands and really building that type of atmosphere in a real way. You know what I'm saying? And I think like we forget those type of things. It's so easy. And I think like I was watching my boy Jay Flow's podcast. He had DJ Bree on there a week or so ago. And she was talking about how there's so
That's my dog. Jay Flow, my dog.
That's my man. And you know, she was talking about how there are so many artists from this area that have blown digitally, but like, can you come back home and sell out a show? Do people know who you are when you come back home?
That's
and
important.
it's crazy because I think like Foggy Rod I had no idea that he was from here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's huge, and he built that huge digital space and has done so much.
Wow, I didn't know he was from the DMV.
I had no exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Right, I didn't know he was from here either until like people started saying that he was doing shows back home. Like, oh, now he's from here. It's crazy how that goes because I remember a time when like you had to like know people in order to be able to even have like that type of respect in the city. And so it's crazy watching how the landscape has changed in that type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said it perfect. You said making friends. And that's the thing. A lot of people, I get you trying to network, right? But like, you make yourself seem so robotic when you come up to somebody. Yo, I do this, I do that, I do that. Yo, chill, relax. Can you relax? Yeah, who are you? Yeah. What's up? Who are you as a person?
Grab somebody, hug somebody.
Do you even know? You coming up to me saying what you do? Do you even know if you like me as a person and want to, tolerate how I move about my business? You don't even know that. You just you just gotta genuinely like, bro. We came in here, we talked like it wasn't no business. It was just
shooting the shit.
That's what people gotta learn.
We do it that way every week.
Make friends.
We don't play about that. You gonna have to. I'm big on like kind of like manipulating the space a bit. So sometimes we play music, we light candles, but you're gonna have to have a conversation in here. You're gonna have to sit down and introduce yourself to these people, whoever they are, and get to know them a little bit before we start. And it makes it easier to like flow through conversation as time goes on throughout the show too. Like if you sit in here, you sit down, you fold your arms, you say nothing, and your first time speaking is when you get on this mic, you have no idea how awkward it becomes. When you start talking. I have seen it. The worst shows in here. I ain't gonna say no names about y'all niggas. I'm not gonna say that. Go back and watch the joke. The worst shows have been the ones where people sat down in these seats, they didn't have nothing to say, they don't know how to interact with other human beings, and then they start just talking about themselves. It's trash. You need to know how to just talk to people.
Right.
I feel like everything is
how to like make people feel like I like talking to you. It makes everything else harder when you're talking about networking because it feels like using with no opportunity.
Yeah, it's transactional almost. It's like transactional. Like, oh wait, he probably could do something. Like it happens, especially in our spaces. I think like it happens all the time. Like people would just assume something and. It's like, nah, bro, like, it's not like that.
How often do you feel that, though? Because I remember, like, as an artist, like, you almost expect transactional, right? So there's some small talk.
To a certain extent, I think, right?
Right.
Because, like, I'm not going to downplay myself, but I'm not as big as I want to be in the producer realm. People know me. I've been around. I'm in the scenes in Atlanta. I'm in the scenes out here. Like people know like what I do, but for artists who might not know, I can see how they go. Well, how much do you charge for a beat? And it's like, why you got to start with that? Like, what if I just wanted to lock in with you and just create an album with you? Because I do that. I got a bunch of artists that I believe in them and they trust me enough to just produce for them solely. I have an artist right now, Dom Rose. Since I met him in 2023, I produced every single one of his albums that he's dropped.
And I feel like you get like so much like deeper into a project as far as like what it could be.
The music comes out better.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like there's like that consistency in sound, but also like the relationship that you build, because you're not just getting to know a person as a musician, but you're watching them go through life.
Exactly.
Right, and so the music is so reflective of that. Like, this is what you're going through right now.
You go, oh shit! I remember that. I remember when you did that.
Let me build something around like what your life looks like right now, because you're getting to see the evolution of a person and of an artist in a single space.
I love
and
this.
you can create based on that. I think people forget that, man. Especially when it comes, people forget that producers are artists too.
Yep.
Be saying that all the time.
Is artistry,
art.
is creativity in and of itself, and you need to approach it like that.
Yeah.
And so, just like I don't want nobody stifling me and telling me what I should be talking about as like a rapper or a writer, I don't want to go into a studio and tell a producer I want a beat that sounds like this. You gotta let a person create. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be harder to do that if I don't see you but twice a year.
Yep.
And you telling me, hey, I wrote this. You think you got something for that? You know what I mean? Like, let a person build with you. Let
it blossom into something nice and genuine. That's why I have a lot of opinions, because I'm a producer, so I be having a lot of opinions about that. Like, I was having a conversation with my artist, Dom. I was like, you know, the music all sound the same because the producers is giving them the same kind of beats, especially because there's a lot of new producers coming in, and they just looking at the formula. Okay, how can I get a placement quickly? It's not about the placements. What is your catalog? When people go back and look at your catalog, what is that going to say about you as a producer? Did you push it? Did you push yourself? Did you touch every genre? Like, what did you do? Like, I try to touch every genre. I made a house record the other day with one of the artists. I don't make house records. But she was like, hey, can we make some house? I was like, sure. I know how to do it.
Right.
But I just never done it. So let's go. Let's do it. So that's my thing. I think Hit Boy had he did a record, and he was name dropping producers like, I ain't see so-and-so do no boom bap. Like, I felt that. Like, yo, what else do y'all do besides 808s and snare rolls? What else can you do?
Facts.
So what makes y'all spirit so humble? Like, what gives y'all that type of character?
Ooh,
I'll let you go.
I know what it's like to come from the bottom. Like, I remember it was times I was DJing for $20 just to get gas money to get back in, just to get my name out. Like I said, I remember walking across my campus, you know, like, how do I do this? And I had someone there, Freeze was there to be like, yo, do this way, so, you know, you don't got to do this that way. So it's like, if somebody was willing to give that to me, I only feel it's right that I give it to other people. So it's like, because I was taught by a humble person, I would say, because, you know, growing up, you know, as a man, you know, it's always a swinging concept, you know. You know, we always, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, but sometimes the biggest and the baddest, you know, you gotta fall back to become that biggest and baddest. You feel me? So like, shoot, even J Flow and Bree Mafia that you were just talking about. Let me tell you about a crazy story about. I met them while I was in college. They was working at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Word?
Yeah, man. Jay was a rapper back then. He was like, oh yeah, you go to Bowie State. Boom. We all connected on the Bowie State thing. And then I told Bree I was a DJ, and Bree was like, yo, I want to, you know, learn how to be a DJ. And I was like, shit, come on, come through. And, you know, you want, bro, I lied to you not. As soon as she clocked out of Buffalo Wild Wings, Bree was in my dorm DJ.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, like, I just felt that, like, if you really want to do it, and, like, Bree is one person, she don't play when it comes to the craft. And I love people like that because, one, Bree is going to tell her opinion. She going to stand 10 toes.
That's how she got on it.
And she not a bad DJ.
Facts.
I've been to her sets. I didn't hear her.
Yeah, she fine.
You know, I didn't hear her break music. I didn't hear her play new music, old music. You know,
We bring my fans up here.
Yeah,
she
can do her thing. It's a couple DJs I done worked with that I helped. DJ Don, my boy SK and all them coming up, bro. We was all in college. Like, if you serious about it, I got you.
Why not? Why not help? You know,
Because that's the only way your legacy live on forever.
Speaking of friendships, I've always wanted to DJ.
I ain't mad at you.
Oh man.
Well, let's do it, man, because it's only so much you can do. And this is why I love DJing, because we're all like, me and Bree, we friends to this day. Like, she just called me like a couple weeks ago, like, yo, can you cover for me here? Bro, I haven't talked to Bree in like months before that. But the thing is, we know we all genuine DJs that genuinely working. So I know, like, I'm not going to see you, Bree, for a couple months, but I know you call my phone.
Facts.
Yo, what's up? You
She's
good?
a genuine person.
and y'all trust each other's work. You know, like y'all trust the product that you're gonna.
Is it politics in the DJ world though? Do the people be trying to cut? You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's politics in every world, because everybody just trying to.
For sure.
Okay.
As an experienced DJ, it gets frustrating, because you could be killing a set, but you won't be back the next week because somebody taking $100 cheaper than you, $200 cheaper than you are, getting a comp box.
So that was probably intentional to cut you up.
Yeah, but it's not intentional. It's like, I want to get here, I want to show you. So I understand, like, people gonna do it. These other DJs don't have no loyalty to me, because the thing is, I mean, now of course, like the ones that I work with, you know, and help DJ, of course they wouldn't do it. But like these other DJs that's venturing out on their own,
They're trying to come up,
they're just trying to get into, you know, they're trying to get into a club. Like I told you, bro, I was DJing a club for $20 at one point, and I had to look at myself. So like, that's why when people be like, yeah, these bum DJs undercut, I don't even get loud with it, because at one point I was that bum DJ just trying to get my name out there. Yeah, so and like for real, your craft gonna speak alone. Like that's why
the work ethic.
About the politics. Like I don't mind. Like people like, yo, I don't want to open up, but I don't mind opening up. One, I'm getting older. I don't mind leaving the club.
Yeah, right. For real. Yep.
Two, if you a good DJ, it don't matter if you open it, if you holding the set for 10 minutes. If you a good DJ, the minute you touch that controller, you control your crowd, do what you gotta do, and get out.
I have been to. I remember I used to go to. Me and my people used to go to the R&B party at Carmel all the time. Shout out to Anwar, which to me is like the best party. And I know, like, Bree, for example, who is my homegirl and who I love so much, and I think is like so talented but also such a good person. Bree, like, does not like the R&B party.
Yeah,
because she wants to introduce new music, and she feel like these are things we've all heard. But that's like what I want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear the shit I'm listening to in my car. I don't want to get some shit. I'm sorry. We're gonna bring all the new artists on here. We love all y'all. But when I'm sitting in my car, I don't want to hear no goddamn. I don't want to hear Ike Winbezo all the time. I want to hear some fake Evans. I apologize.
Yeah.
So I love a party that's playing that kind of music, and I have been to those R&B parties, and like the first DJ, kill it. Like DJ Loud, who DJ'd a couple of those parties. He was always the first DJ, and he used to kill it. And then the DJ would come on after, and I'm just like, you just played 12 songs that Loud already played. And also, I think you gotta dig in them crates, and especially with R&B, because that's something that like our community feels. You cannot play these same 12 songs over and over again. And now I'm wondering why you ain't played no Donnell all night long. You ain't played no Faith all night long. You ain't played no A. Marie all night long. You done played Rome 3 times.
So did the DJ before hear the other DJ, or they come in late night hearing?
So in that case, in the specific situation, because we don't want to generalize, right? We don't want to hurt people. We don't want to generalize. In that specific instance, I'm thinking of that DJ was late. Okay. And so he did. But also, if people telling you like, yo, he played like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you should kind of get the hint.
You got to start digging in the crates. But I think when you're talking about an R&B party, and this is no shade to anybody, I think age is a factor too. You come to this party, 25 years old, maybe your bag is not as deep as this DJ who's 34. And that's just realities of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if your bag is deep. You gotta prove it to me. I done heard your bag, and your bag had 8 joints from this other nigga bag. So you gotta prove that to me.
See, the only type of party that I think is acceptable to spin the music. Bro, a lot of DJs can't open with new music without playing it.
I agree with that though. I
the crowd would be ready for that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I tell everybody, look, I don't care what you play. Shout out to Flo. Flo is the person that got me thinking like this, because he just said it one day, and I was just like, you know what, that is a good way of thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
He came with DJ, was like, yeah, I played it. He was like, yeah, I don't care what you play, bro. I'm gonna mix it different anyway. And I was just like,
Oh shit, yeah.
that shit hit me, because I was like, it's crazy, because yeah, you did play that song, but I do bring this song in different.
Mm-hmm.
I do know when I get on, it's gonna be a different crowd.
Because I've been at flow shows where like there are repeats, but the way he did those repeats, like what he played before and what he played after, and when he cut them songs up.
There's a bunch of correlations to production too.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
And
so
production the same way.
I don't worry about none of that. Right?
Yeah.
So
now I respect that. Like I think you gotta approach like every craft with that mentality.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck what y'all saying about me, about my craft, about what I'm doing. I don't care how you feel about my skill set. I'm coming out here. I got a big bag, my bag,
Hell yeah.
and I'm going crazy out here.
Facts.
Which is a perfect segue.
Yeah.
See how I did that thing? Perfect segue to what I really want to get into, which is the Lamont Roach
Oh snap.
versus Tank Davis.
Oh snap.
12
Oh
rounds back.
snap.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna reserve my opinion as a humble host, and I'm gonna let y'all discuss how you feel about it first. But when you looked at that 12-round fight, and then when you looking at the rematch, right? We'll get into the rematch in a little bit. But when you looked at that 12 rounds, Lou, what did you see?
Be honest. Javante lost, bro. And then he took a knee. That's a knockdown that wasn't counted as a knockdown.
Technically speaking, the rules did say that in that particular situation, and I'm gonna pull it up in a second.
Yes,
Yeah, we gotta see what the rules say.
On the page, and I'm gonna repost it after the show comes out. After the show comes out on Monday, I'm gonna repost it. I understood the rule, but I'm talking about if we take out that knockdown, I don't give a fuck about.
Oh yeah, without
He
that.
whooped his ass backwards and forwards from round 3, as far as I'm concerned, through round 12.
Yeah.
Leave that knockdown in there, take that knockdown away. To me, it made no difference.
Yeah, he lost
He
that
beat the shit out of him. And that's the first time I've ever seen it happen.
He lost that. He was stumbling them. He was
I mean, like,
catching
when the
them.
boy only stayed up because he held the rope.
But I will say this. When you the champ, you get a lot of leeway, and you gotta beat me. You gotta knock me out.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna let you get into your thoughts first, Jeff.
Cause it's not like he didn't fight.
I got a lot to say.
Ain't like
You know
he
what I'm
did.
saying?
okay,
He threw them things.
Let me hear. Your hometown boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me hear what you got to say.
I was one of the people that was vocal saying I was, supporting Lamont in this fight. Shout out to Team No Excuse. It was a close fight,
For sure.
but I personally think that knockdown that, wasn't called separated that fight. And if you're going to, because, NASAC came out with the decision, they still kept it control. I personally think if you are going to count that as a knockdown, that should not have been a 9-9 round. That should have been a 10-8.
Yeah, 10-8, yeah.
Lamont whooped that boy. So, and everybody was like, nah, he wasn't. Bro, people are so, I call them tank sexual. That's what I call them. And my thing is, let me get this disclaimer out the way, because, Tank fans are like Beyonce fans, Nicki Minaj fans. You say something against Tank, they attack you. I'm a boxing fan.
Facts.
I don't care about, make your money. But at the end of the day, you are Tank. You fight anybody, you're going to make your money. People are coming to see you.
For sure. He's the ticket.
You should do
He's the
what's
ticket.
best for the sport, So I always was a Tank fan, but I always was like, man, Tank going to retire. He got to do something. He got to at least unify the belts, because you're a knockout artist, but as far as boxing wise, you're not leaving out on top like other champs have. You know what I mean? Like, think about back in the day when Roy Jones was fighting. Roy Jones only didn't get one belt because he was cheated out of it. But he was like, okay, you got the belt.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to
fight you.
You feel me? it wasn't like that with Tank, you know. And I love Tank. Like I see his skill, like his shows, but Lamont came in here and made that man so uncomfortable.
Hey, man.
Bro, it looked like it. Y'all see the video where it was like Tank tried to bite him. That you got Tank trying to throw a and I was happy when Lamont stole him for that too. Tank tried to throw a headbutt into him. Lamont stepped back, boom. What you doing?
Yeah.
Like Tank was hitting below the belt, and I'm just
That
like,
happened like
dog.
twice.
I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. You gotta pay attention, but like you said, Lou, you fighting the champ, you gonna get a lot of leeway.
He going
Court
to.
advantage.
He going to.
You don't go to Golden State and think you're getting calls.
Yeah.
You don't go to Boston and into the Garden and think you're getting calls. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
You don't go to Staples Center or whatever it is now, whatever that weird name is, y'all rename it, Crystal Arena, whatever the hell. You don't go in there and think you're getting calls. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
You want my prediction
Oh, for the rematch.
for the rematch? I'm calling Lamont Roach in 9.
Ooh.
Knockdown. Tank has not. This is one of the first times Tank has fought an opponent that actually looked healthy.
Yep.
In the fight.
He looked
and
good.
I just be like, yo, a lot of these guys shrinking down. Lamont is actually coming up.
He walked him down the whole fight. He was walking him
Yeah,
down.
he was his own strategy against
He was walking him down.
He took his punches. Lamont got a chin. He
Yeah.
got it. Like,
Yeah.
I was in the ladder, like the press conference and things, and he was like, "You not like," he was adamant on, "You're
No,
not
Howard.
knocking me out."
Howard.
Yeah, at Howard when they did it at the gym,
Okay.
he was like, "Yo, he's not knocking me out." But one thing, you know, and then another thing, I don't know if y'all seen Lamont fight McCrory. I think that was that was the last time.
I went back and watched that fight.
Yeah, I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was nervous for Lamont because I was like, yo, you went into these championship rounds 10 through 12 and you was tired. You was leaning on, bro, trying to force it. I said, you can't go in there. In my head, I'm like, you can't go in there like that against Tank.
Sure.
If Tank catch you have a core, you know, that's a bad problem. But
That's what he want too. Them later rounds, that's what he want.
To see his camp and how, like, to watch it and then see how they, bro, shout out to that team.
Yeah.
It was a beautifully executed fight.
Stay focused. He looked focused the whole time.
Lamont
And
and I.
Chaz, I'm gonna let you get your thing off, right? Let me say, first and foremost, I would label myself as a Tank sexual prior to this. So when you said that is when I took a sip. You know, I felt that in my soul. I'm a Tank fan. Chaz know that. That's my man. I believed in him. He's a knockout, pound for pound artist. He's a showman. He's the best dressed nigga in the motherfucking boxing. I believed in that boy, right? Let me tell you something as a Tank fan. First things first. My initial concern was if the power was going to carry, right? You move up in weight, sometimes that doesn't carry. Roy Jones said it. I believe it as a boxing fan. The fundamentals are what dictate whether or not that power carries when you begin to move up in weight, right? If you don't have good fundamentals, good footwork, you're not going to be able to carry that power because your punches will come from the shoulder and not from the legs, right? So I was a little concerned about that. There weren't a whole lot of knockouts under Lamont's belt. I had seen that he had great fundamentals, great footwork, and I think what a lot of boxers underestimate is the necessity of quality camp and coaches, and also consistency in those things. When you got the same coaches and the same team year after year, fight after fight, those things make a difference, especially when you're moving into this kind of arena with this kind of star on this kind of stage. I thought, right, and I'm gonna say all this up front, and then I'm gonna respond to myself. I thought that a lot of that tough talk was to psych himself out. I thought a lot of that tough talk was to talk himself up, to make himself believe that he could compete. I ain't believe none of that. I bet money on Lamont because the odds was good. That them odds were tight. If you bet $10, you won $10.62. I bet on Lamont because I thought, well, no matter what, if he win, he gonna make me a bet. I'm happy about that. I was wrong. Point blank, period. First thing
What came to fight?
the fundamentals were superior. I think Tank had some chaos in that corner, chaos in that camp. To me, it showed all throughout that fight. There was like bickering between Barry and Calvin, who was supposed to be leading those conversations in that corner, Tank talking back, which is not new. He's done that in many fights, so it wasn't like that was all that unusual. I know a lot of people called that out, but it really wasn't all that unusual. He's done that in 7 or 8 fights. But I think the inconsistency in the corner in terms of who should have been leading the changes, right, when shit is going left, I don't think anybody knew who that guy was supposed to be. I think Calvin assumed it was him because it's always him. But because Barry led the training, I saw that conflict. That chaos in the corner, I think, played a huge role. And I think he's going to have to work that out in the rematch in order to be successful. But I think for me, what it came down to with Lamont was the boy had excellent camp, excellent coaches. Shout out to No Excuses. Y'all did y'all thing. Nothing negative to say about you guys. It just seemed like they have like a great family dynamic, and that played into the coaching and what they were able to bring as far as like keeping him calm, making sure that he was confident, making sure that he was on point, and making sure that he stayed up. I think the other thing that Lamont really impressed me with was my concern with Tank and why I thought nobody could beat him was the power. When you look at Shakur, who I still think is soft. I'm going to say that about you every time. Boy, I think you soft. Win or lose, I think you pussy. But
go ahead.
At the end of the day, I think why I thought Shakur, with all of his excellent defense, with excellent fundamentals, with his boxing IQ, I really thought like how you beat somebody that hit that hard. Lamont's understanding to punch in between the counters. With how he showed everybody a blueprint for how to beat Tank that night.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was the first time that I thought, like, I don't know if you want to fight Shakur. I don't know if you want to fight me. I don't know if you want to fight Teofimo, because he gave everybody a blueprint on how to beat your ass. If you punch in between the counters, you can neutralize the power. And that's what Lamont showed us. He gave a clinic on how to beat the shit out of the hardest punching nigga in boxing.
She's not lying.
If you punch in between those punches, because that was everybody's thing. Like how with Tank's boxing IQ, with the power, with the IQ that he has, because ain't nobody doubting Tank's ability to read boxes. He's fantastic. He's got high boxing IQ. He's excellent. But I always wonder, like, how you will neutralize that power? Because it ain't going to take but 3 or 4 of those before you get to rattling, which is what happened with Ryan Garcia. And yeah, I know that weight drain and all of that is a factor. Here's why I don't care about none of that. You took that fucking fight. You knew exactly what that contract said. You knew exactly what was supposed to happen in there. I don't want to hear no motherfucking excuses after you got your motherfucking ass whooped when you knew exactly what was going to happen leading up to that fight. I don't want to hear that. When you took a fight, knowing that you was going to have to come in at a certain weight, and then after you lose, which you never thought could happen, you talking about, oh, but I was weight trained. I don't want to hear that shit. If you come into the game with a bum ankle and then you lose the game, I don't want to hear shit about my ankle was hurting. You knew exactly what the fuck it was. That's all.
Can I counter that? Javante Davis fought at 140 before.
That's true.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Y'all couldn't meet at 140?
Maybe.
Yeah, they couldn't meet at 140?
Here's the thing. I'm selling the tickets, nigga.
Yeah, I get it.
Very strategic. That was very strategic.
Got a vow to you.
But
Steph Curry don't gotta do what you say.
Give the fans what they want.
I hate
Fair, good fight.
And here we were with a fair fight. A guy coming up in weight, and you got your ass whooped. And here's the thing about Tank. Tank's biggest fear was always being embarrassed, becoming a meme. Boy, you got your ass whooped that night. Let me tell you. You became a meme. You know who you became? Colin Kaepernick on the knee.
Oh,
I saw that meme everywhere.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
You are, in fact, a meme.
Oh, man.
Lamont, he completely changed my
He gonna make a lot of money.
Because that was, and now Lamont can fight anybody he wants. Because now I want to see that.
He got scary speed too.
Scary speed
his
and
speed
accuracy.
is scary good.
When he hit this nigga, he didn't just hit this nigga. He hit this nigga on the button every time.
No.
He got a chin though.
Yeah.
She kind of told, we had a discussion about this. I was saying, I'm a boxing fan. So my thing, I'm not surprised at the outcome because I always knew when he fight a real boxer, this is going to be difficult for him. Yeah. This is why I was pushing for Shakur. But where I do disagree is with everyone is, I don't think it was a blowout that everyone said it was.
Nah.
That's so round 9.
So if it wasn't like you said, You gotta beat the
Yeah,
champ.
you gotta
Like how
beat
the Eagles beat the Chiefs, you gotta beat them. I thought it was.
Because if you left that in the hands of the refs, they would have stolen.
That's why it was a draw.
Exactly.
Now,
That's why it was a draw.
if I had to choose,
choose,
I'm choosing Roach.
For sure.
But I was watching the fight. I'm like, I do need some more rounds to kind of sort this out. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because you really get, because both of them won for real. Even Roach, I think, held back. He kept them at the jab. He didn't really, he could have, you know what I'm saying? He respected it.
They fought mad time.
It looked like that. It looked like that. So I needed some more rounds. Personally needed some more rounds.
My dog. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he in the midst of Ramadan, fed and balanced. You know what I'm saying? It's all work.
Y'all ain't give us your prediction.
Oh, no question. I ain't
Man.
rematch. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that official? The rematch is official.
It was in the contract anyway.
Okay.
So that's why it looked like it looked like that in the first place too. But you know, that's another story.
I ain't gonna lie. I got Lamont in the rematch. And I never thought I would say it, man. I never thought I would say it. I got Lamont in the rematch. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I did feel like Lamont held back a little bit in respect to that power. He know. And he got hit a couple times too.
Yeah,
Looks like he ain't put his hands on that boy knee.
He got that chin. He know he can
hit, and he know that he can take some punches too. Tank got a chin on him. He ain't no sucker. It wasn't like he went in there and he got knocked around a little bit, but he couldn't knock his ass out neither. Not really, not definitively. So I think what Lamont held back on in making sure that really a perfect game plan was executed flawlessly, which he did. No question in my mind. Yeah. That game plan was executed flawlessly. I think that there were some places where he held back that he will not have to in a rematch.
Nah.
Now, granted, I think that Tank will come through with a better game plan the next time around too.
That's what worries me right there. She said he came out with a perfect game plan, and you didn't dominate. I'm sorry, I didn't see a domination. I'm still giving Roach that win, but I don't think it was a blowout with a perfect game plan.
Not at all.
So now when Tank come back, you already showed it was near perfect game plan, and someone had all this chaos in his corner, no excuses. What that's gonna look like?
Yeah.
But but again, as a boxer fan though, this dude Roach bro got a chin, and he's a boxer. That's the only thing I was afraid with Tank.
He gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
He gonna make a lot of money.
And honestly, I think like more than anything, it did what it was supposed to do. I had no interest in seeing Lamont Roach fight, you know, those bigger fighters, the T.O.s and the Ryans and the.
Now I'm interested now.
But I mean, you know, the Shakurs, I ain't, you know, I don't like that nigga, man. He's soft. I don't like you.
And then
I think you soft.
And I do think that
every fight that you have, you talking about Tank again. Focus on your fights against plumbers and electricians. Focus.
I mean, that's what Tank was doing before. But I do think Roach got a lot of points because he came in, no one expected what they saw. So now they see it again. They see it like, oh wow, this dude is nice, and everybody like, oh, this guy is amazing. Y'all didn't expect that, so y'all give him extra brownie points for.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But I do like what I saw, bro.
And I'll tell you like this, I think it's gonna be close. I don't think by any means that it's gonna be like no blowout.
Yeah.
I don't think you blew him out this time. I think you beat the shit out of that boy, but I don't think that was no blowout.
He beat him up.
Lamont Tank. I think Lamont Roach wins the rematch. I do. I think it's gonna be close, but I think he wins that rematch because I think that when you come in with that flawless of a plan and you execute it that perfectly,
I don't know.
I don't see how you could take any steps back. There is only up from there.
That's true.
A flawless plan, and you got to draw against the biggest puncher, against the guy with the biggest.
I can't give you a prediction. though. I can't give you a prediction because I can see on both sides how both can win.
I can give you a prediction, and I can tell you why I think Lamont is going to do this.
Well,
Lamont used Tank's plan on Tank.
For sure. Walked him down.
Yeah, he walked him down the whole.
Figure out
walked him down the whole
later
thing.
rounds, unleash the shit.
Shot.
Javante is going to be so anxious on knocking this dude out.
Yeah.
Might be motivated.
This is the first person that made him really stumble.
Yep.
Outside of Cruz.
Cruz was tough.
That was a tough
see,
fight.
that's the thing with that Cruz fight. Javante didn't get out his plan to where he started pulling dirty tactics and stuff. That's why I say this fight really showed, like, that Roach was really bothering him because you ain't gonna pull all that. You ain't gonna be doing all that. Yeah, Cruz stayed in the pocket and was banging with him. That I wouldn't have been surprised if that was called a draw. But the thing is, I see Javante, man, overzealous, trying to knock him out. And Lamont, because he know he can take that punch down, I'm going to hit him with some shit that's going to rock his world.
I'm going to tell you why I don't think that, right? I hear everything that you're saying, and you're raising some excellent points. And again, I think that Roach wants the rematch. I got that. But when you say,
I don't know.
This is why I think that's true.
Oh.
Because this is what it boils down to, right? And this is with every fighter. None of you are an exception to this. When it gets tough, it comes down to your fundamentals. Because you are so unable to think past those that you are not able to move past that fundamental. So I think that Tank's fundamentals are so strong that really, if he was going to be overzealous and do something stupid, that's exactly what he would have done in 11 and 12. Because I anticipated that 11 and 12, he was going to let them hands go, open himself up, and then we were going to really see what could happen. I think if he were going to be stupid, like you said, he would have done that in 11 and 12. But I think he did not let those hands go the way that he could have and make a mistake because his fundamentals are that strong.
I think he ain't let them hands go because he knew Lamont was throwing shit back that rocked his shit.
He was getting caught. He was getting caught with the counter.
Lamont didn't only rock him one time.
Nah.
It was multiple times. So it's like that's why I'm just hey, I could be wrong. I want to see it. This
Look.
For sure.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna be there, baby. I gotta be there live in person for that.
Here's the thing. With this buddy, you know.
Here's the thing with this rematch, right? I think we're missing a lot of factors that play.
Okay.
They fought mad times before.
Yeah.
So Tank
As amateurs,
and then Tank won. I know, he still, even when you a little kid, you never forget that feeling that you scoring your first touchdown. Like, he beat this man so many times, anybody would play. So, and in Tank's mind, right? He beat him, what, 2 times?
Twice in amateurs. One was close and then
So now, they're on a big stage. He looking, that's why they was chatting so much. They chat, like, they reliving some memories. So he probably was a little not sharp. With that mental computer that he got after training with Mayweather, I don't see him getting beat that badly in this rematch. I see.
So you think Tank got the rematch? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Don't
saying.
come in here with this man.
I'm saying.
All right.
You know what? Yes. If he applies himself and really downloads from that first flight, I'm going with Tank. I'm going with Tank.
Shout out to Tank, Baltimore for sure.
I'm going with Tank. I'm going with Tank.
Yeah, but he raised a good point. It's like the Creed story. Roach gonna have to be Creed.
He gotta be unstoppable this next fight.
Yeah, he gonna have to. And I don't see you brought your near perfect game and so on. Tank wasn't there. He wasn't, and to me it wasn't a blowout. I still needed some more rounds.
Hey, Lamont.
He won.
You know what motivated?
He won that. You won that. It was a great fight.
Go get it.
It was a great
It
fight.
was a great fight. I rock with you. I'm a motivated Tank. I'm going with Tank.
I'm going with Tank. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going with Tank.
All right, we make this right now. After the rematch, we all back in here.
Absolutely.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
I think
So we got 2 and 2. Okay. Yeah.
because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see how you come in with a perfect game plan and they kind of sort of give the fight to this guy because he's the superstar, which I expected that. I agree with everything Chaz is saying. If you gonna come in here again in the Super Bowl,
You gotta beat him.
You gotta beat the
Gotta beat
finish.
him.
If you leave this game in the hands of the refs, they will steal it from you, and everybody know that. That ain't nothing new. That's sports everywhere. You leave it to the refs, they gonna take it from you and give it to the champs.
Yeah.
So ain't no question. You couldn't put him on his ass definitively. You might have put him on the knee.
He was trying to.
You couldn't put him on his ass. And because you couldn't put him on his ass, they wasn't gonna give it to you. But I think that there is no way that you could have that perfect of a plan. Because really, Tank's got great IQ, great footwork, great fundamentals. He's an excellent boxer. But I think
He didn't show it.
He didn't show it that
even
night.
coaches,
He was not on it. He wasn't 100%. And he still got a draw. I'm just saying.
Every interview, and I'm gonna tell you what Barry said. Barry said this will be maybe the toughest fight in Tank's career.
It was, for sure. And it was.
One of the most skillful fighters
opponents that he's ever fought.
For sure.
People looking past Lamont, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna be what y'all think it is when it comes to this boy. And let me tell you, he made a believer out of me.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I was talking shit in his stories every week about how this nigga wasn't gonna get it done. He was too small. I didn't like the outfit and how. I'm sorry. I didn't like the outfit. I didn't think you did it like that. The nigga came in with the North Face and the phone, and you came in with the wrinkled T-shirt. I love you, but at the end of the day, he made a believer out of me. I was once a transsexual, and I am moving.
The details. That's details.
I should have told her, like, nah, this, you want to say,
Yeah.
we come in with that.
Nah, fact though. That didn't help me. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't understand your game. You know?
Even if you look at the
Just came from the gym when he
the pre-fight, if you look at the pre-fight, how nonchalant like Tank was, like he just talking to all of just like we on the block. He just talking to everybody. Oh, he not focused.
Nah, but that's him.
He didn't look at him with
He got Jordan. Yeah.
It wasn't aggressive enough. That's what he wasn't.
So you said it looked like they grew up together.
Yeah,
they looked like they fighting in the backyard. Like, it's my
But you know
homeboy.
what? The other part of that too is that he was really ready for retirement.
Yeah, that's true.
He really was like, he want to go to therapy. He
keep
got
saying that,
3
yeah.
kids
He was
and a
kept
new
saying-
baby boy. He want to be softer with his
Shit.
daughters. There's a lot of shit that he's gone through. We all know Tank's backstory in terms of everything that he came through in Baltimore
sure.
and the addiction of his parents and coming up in group homes. He been through a lot. And I really respected the fact that he is like, there is some separation that he's creating.
Trying to grow.
At this point.
Can't be mad
And
at
I really feel like maybe that was a part of the
Shout out to Tank, bro.
why he wasn't up to snuff in that first fight. I just felt like maybe some of that mental shit is really like starting to come into play because he is one.
I think it showed. I think it showed in the fight. Like it showed in the fight, but he still got a try though. No.
I'm really looking at it like, I can tell, bro.
Yeah, you got.
You know what I'm saying?
I really felt like maybe that was that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna
see.
like Lamont made me a believer that night because I wasn't a fan.
He gonna make a lot of money. He gonna get a lot of good
For
fights.
sure. And I publicly apologize to Lamont. I was wrong, man. You made me a believer that night.
I want to see that.
No,
Him and Shakur. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see that. Him and Shakur. That'd be a good fight.
Cool, because I think that there was an intellect that Lamont
Yeah.
showed that night.
He was smart as hell.
From anybody else who fought Tank, and that
Nah, he's smart.
Brian, that is, I like.
His
There
counters
is no
were good,
one
man.
who's come to the level of like intellect or IQ as a boxer
Mm-hmm.
that Lamont showed that night, because that takes something different to punch in between the counters for 12 rounds.
And he was catching them clean.
I mean, clean.
Yeah. He was catching them clean.
So I mean, he made a believe out of me, man. He made a believe out of me, and we doing
We gonna see it. When the rematch? Did they get a date? They got a date?
You know what I'm saying? And Chad, when you lose,
So,
In
you
June?
know how I get. You know how I
and
get.
when, you know, if he lose, I'm gonna be on Shakur even more. Like, this is why. This is why. I never expected him to.
He loved the court, and I.
The thing with Shakur though,
He gotta fight somebody. He gotta fight somebody, bro.
No, only thing my question about Shakur, it's not about the hands. It's this. Lamont got that chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, cause even a weak hands with that type of defense, when you just throwing hit and goes, I can win on the card all day. That's why people don't like him, because he's boring.
Yeah.
It's so easy to win on the card all day. I'm just boring.
You heard that one of your own fans.
There's a good chance of that, because Lamont brings a little bit of.
Shakur gotta fight somebody. He gotta fight somebody,
So,
bro.
but the thing is, can he touch
And he was
Shakur?
That was the other thing about Lamont too.
Fight Teofimo, bro.
Defensive fight, great.
He need to fight somebody, though. He gotta fight someone.
That's the argument they had with Mayweather for years. When you're not getting touched, you feel like you ain't
Mayweather
fighting
had
nobody.
Cotto. He had.
In hindsight,
About Mayweather though.
in hindsight,
I always thought that was bullshit. He was fighting the top guy.
when they was fighting, they was Mayweather. You ain't fighting nobody.
Nah,
In
bro.
hindsight, yeah, now you can say he fought something.
No, but like, who Shakur really fought, though?
Yes, you want to say that now until the career over. They're gonna look back and say, "Oh, he fought such and such, such and such." Because
Give me one right now. I'm saying, give me one right now. Give me someone right now.
Who he fight besides the former that took him 9 rounds?
I can't name. That's true. They do duck him.
they know he's.
They do duck him.
bro, when you
They do.
go,
I'm not coming in here and selling 500,000 tickets
It is a business. It's still a business too. It's still a business too.
You know. See, that's the thing. That's another problem that
She don't like you.
I don't like this. I don't like it. But you know why? Because the other thing is, it's not just that people are ducking you. You have gotten offers on these contracts. You think that you deserve more than you do. You don't sell tickets. Nobody coming to see you. You went 9 rounds with a plumber who do electricity on the side. Nobody coming to see you. So you don't come in here acting like you deserve no $5 million contract when you don't sell no motherfucking tickets.
He don't.
Valid.
It is valid. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
take what you get, and then you prove to me what you can do, and we put a rematch clause in the contract. That to me is sensible. But don't come in here acting like you sell tickets when you know you're coming in here ain't selling out.
Whoever won that Haney Garcia, he could be that could be that Haney Garcia. That could be.
That's hilarious.
You want to see that rematch? You want to see the Haney Garcia rematch?
No, not Haney Garcia. Haney, who's Haney fighting? He's fighting.
I want to see that.
Barbosa, I think.
Oh no!
I might want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
The next fight coming up is in
Haney
May.
got it.
That's Garcia and Rowley.
But
And then Haney fighting Barbosa.
he should fight
Got
Haney
beat
though.
by-
Sure.
I think he got beat.
So
Like,
when that's easy.
I mean, I don't know though.
That's easy. Like
I don't.
I want to see Roach.
I don't know.
Tank. Those are the ones that's going to sell. Cause he's gonna win that too. He can't touch him. That's the key. You can't touch a boxer. That's what makes it frustrating.
facts. I think Shakur. Don't get me wrong. We're not talking about whether or not Shakur wins these fights. We're talking about whether or not we want to see them.
Yeah, man, that's the boring part of it. But I love the art of the sport, so I actually like watching no one touch him.
Because his
So you like to hit not hit.
Man, I watch highlights of Mayweather not get touched.
Yeah,
but his ceiling is so high.
That's sweet science.
His ceiling is so high, so people get frustrated. Like, come on, son, you better than that.
See, that's the thing. The casuals think you're going to go in, like, just like the Tank sexuals, bro. They worship the ground he walk on. You could say, yo, you could put it together, yo, for instance, Rolly Romero. Rolly didn't fight Tank bad.
No,
he didn't.
Rolly just
Not at
got
all.
super excited.
Yeah.
He got.
Got
I would say
that.
that was Ryan's issue as well. I don't think that those were bad fights on the part of Rolly. And that's why I
But they don't got chins.
about the weight, because up until he got knocked on his, up until he got knocked on his ass, he fought an excellent fight. That's why that weight shit is bullshit to me. Because if you had won that fight, you wouldn't have been crying about it.
That power.
He got hit in that liver.
Yeah.
Boy,
That felt something different.
That's where Roach stand out to me. Because he said it in the press conference before the fight, he didn't fought like heavyweights in sparring. So I said, this man got a chin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the separation of why Roach is a difference maker, because he has a chin.
Yeah.
These other guys, man, Tank. Oh, that was my criticism in the past.
was trying to knock his ass out all night.
He was.
That was my criticism in the past. Tank hit.
That's why I say he's going to be anxious to knock him out in this next fight. Because everyone is like, you got to knock him out. Bro, take hearing all this. So
Yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
you're going to try. And it's not going to work. It's not going
Tank,
to work.
for the love of God, please
Hey, but I
watch
love
this
you, bro.
podcast, man. Like,
Man, I love
please
you, bro.
watch this podcast.
I
And
always
don't
want you to concede, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know.
Because I'm my man from here. And I'm riding with
I'm gonna ride with Tank, man. Baltimore, hometown, though. Baltimore, hometown. So I'm gonna ride with But you got good points, though.
He
When it
do.
come to this, I'm riding with my hometown.
Okay.
Roll with Roach for sure. I think Roach got a good match. And I'm not like, I think that every point that Jeff made has been flawless. But I really think it's the IQ that's going to win out.
Hey, IQ was even.
Yeah.
The chin. This man, listen, Roach did not flinch. That's the only thing I'm looking
Yeah, he
at.
took some
He
shots.
took some shots. This nigga didn't flinch.
But his jab was
I was like, bro,
Tank up.
he's boom. He ain't.
jab,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay,
That
that's
jab.
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. That jab was coming.
The jab stumbled him back.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
shit.
He's stumbling niggas with a jab. He didn't even really let them hands go that first
Yeah,
fight.
nah. It's
In
gonna
my
be a good
opinion,
one, but
I can't
Roach
wait.
won that fight definitively and ain't even let them hands go yet.
That's the only disagreement. Definitely, I needed more rounds.
Yeah,
I needed more rounds. It wasn't like a plan.
too many swings.
But if I had to choose, I'm choosing Roach. But it wasn't like,
They called it right. I think the draw was
Right there. How was I acting the night of the fight? Scared.
Because you never seen your man go through that before.
I ain't never seen him look that bad ever. I ain't seen him look that bad in 30 fights. I was terrified of that. And I had my money on Roach, but I would have been glad he lost the money that night. I was glad he lost that $100.
Roach should have won that though.
Yeah.
I think
He should have won that, but I'm not mad at the draw. But he,
Had it not been a champ, of course he wins.
yeah.
But again,
If it's
in the
anybody
champ, bro,
else-
you
gotta-
gotta show me why you get this belt.
If
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Shakur,
anybody
if
else.
that's Haney, if
Yeah,
that's
he
Teofimo,
won that.
he wins that fight by a landslide,
He
in
won
my
that.
opinion. But it's Tank, and that's not how it works when you play the champ.
That
You
nigga
can't win by 2 and
Not at all.
Well,
You up 2 left.
yeah.
Better hit a 3.
We're gonna see. That's
we
good.
gotta figure out something for the losers to do though.
We gotta set up like a fight party or something. So we
You weren't there. We gonna have a fight party for this.
Oh man, he trying to come up.
I regretted not having this one. But you know what? I am curious about your predictions for Ryan versus Roly too, because I think that's a very equal fight in my opinion.
Ryan.
Yeah, I think Ryan get him out of here. I ain't gonna
Right?
lie.
Outclass him.
Yeah.
You think Ryan's outclassing him? I'm gonna tell you.
Ryan's a
why
good
I don't
boxer,
think
bro.
so.
Rolly.
I
Holy trash.
understand that Roly is not as polished, but I remember Tank saying that Roly was the hardest hitting puncher that he'd ever fought, and that if Roly had a little more patience
That's cap.
and had executed, that's what he said.
Yeah, he did say that.
That's what he said.
I know he said that.
Why we lied? Why we lied?
Just cause. You know, man.
The thing is though, I think because like, all right, Ryan ain't looking sharp with Tank because he punching down.
Yeah.
You got a man that's standing.
And
I
also,
think-
Tank has fought taller fighters in Barrios,
Yeah.
and so he know what to do in them situations
I think
to get around.
The second, after Tank knocked Rolly out the same way, it was a sparring video of him sparring weeks after that, or like a couple months after that.
Then he got knocked out again.
He got knocked out the same way.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, bro.
I see Ryan catching him.
I'm over Rolly, bro.
Yeah.
and putting him on the road.
After what he did to Haney? Yeah,
Now,
bro.
Rolly on the floor.
Yeah,
You
bro.
talk.
He got, that was,
You think the
Terrible.
PEDs had anything to do with that?
I think that is bullshit.
listen, let's just say he did. Bruh, you got dogs still. It don't even matter,
This my
bruh.
whole thing with that PED
Yeah, I'm with you
bullshit. That been the suspect Haney. My whole thing is, regardless of the PEDs, because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Y'all got 4 times.
I'm gonna be real with you. I thought, and everybody will tell you this. He will tell you this. I said that either Ryan will knock him the fuck out before round 9, or Devin will win this fight by decision because Ryan will be incapable of going 12 rounds because he's completely out of shape.
I was shocked
So
that.
I think he might have been on PEDs only because I never thought he would make it 12 rounds. So that's the only reason I think that. But PEDs be damned.
Yeah, PD.
You got your ass knocked around that ring backwards and forwards from round 2 all the way to the end by one punch. There is no way to defend.
And he was showboating, too.
How you was getting your ass knocked around by one punch all night long. What were you practicing?
I'll be honest.
Because we knew he was gonna throw that a year before you booked that fight.
Devin Haney wasn't beat because all of them fight the same class.
Yeah.
Teofimo, Devin, Ryan, Rolly, Cutter. Devin not beating none of them.
None of them.
He can't take. I knew when Devin he fought.
Did he fight Lomachenko?
No, it was Luke.
Oh, yeah. The,
Something.
The British
And,
dude.
no, it was Linares. Linares hit
Oh, yeah.
Devin, and like Devin was walking back, and Linares started going like this because Devin was stumbling. That's when I knew right there that Devin wasn't going to last long.
Yeah.
And the only reason he won't
better be
move up
real
in weight
careful.
is because he don't hit hard
He
enough.
don't got it.
He don't.
No way.
You don't got a 10
That be
for it
the
or
thing, I
100
can,
for
bro.
it. You don't hit hard enough to move up in weight. Your
can't.
fundamentals are trash because you keep letting your daddy coach you. You need to get some real coaches in there. And you too soft to
We gonna
get
see
hit
this
by them bigger, harder punches.
We're going to see it in this fight, too. He
Bro,
got a new
please
coach.
become an analyst like Tank. today.
Prime fight, though, is
I think Barbosa gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, Barbosa Lopez. That's gonna be because a lot of people don't know about Barbosa, but he really throws. And they come with some thunder.
I'm telling you.
So boxing's been exciting.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm glad that the Saudis and got whatever
Yep.
they got going on because now it's forcing the U.S. to make their fights lit again. Like, because, bro.
Deontay talking about, oh, we can't get the fights. It's probably only gonna be 2 this year. As soon as he got his ass with Lamont, then it was I'm fighting.
One more time. Yeah,
Like,
He motivated.
like,
Yeah.
Cause he's ready to retire.
yeah, he was. You could tell.
Like, bro, like, for instance, Canelo. Canelo been ducking Benavidez for years, but now since the Saudis come in, they like,
That bread.
Benavidez, you gotta fight, who is it, Bivol, if I'm not mistaken?
Bivol.
He like, you gotta fight them because that's your mandatory. Where the hell were you saying that when Benavidez was trying to get the fight and he was Canelo's mandatory for 4
Man,
years?
that Saudi bag different.
Yeah.
I'll take that L for that.
Money on these fights. They just having fun.
Crawford went over there, almost lost that damn fight.
Facts.
He almost
Yeah,
lost.
almost. Was Majimov?
Yep, he almost
Yeah.
lost.
That's another thing I want to hear. What's your prediction for Bud Crawford versus Canelo? Got Bud? Okay, why?
Canelo,
Yeah, tell me why.
Canelo struggles with boxers that punch back. And Bud is not a fighter that gets tired throughout the rounds. As the round,
Yeah, nah, he gets
he
stronger.
start punching harder.
Yeah, he do.
And Canelo won. Who was that? Better Beat? No, was it Better Beat? Who did he go up and fight?
Just recently,
It was
a big Puerto Rican dude,
He lost to him. Can't think of his name right now. But
Triple G.
no, hell no. Even though they robbed Triple G in that first fight. But yeah, I think Terrence can beat him. Like he swings back, he got power, and
Yeah, he put that weight on.
and he can take a punch. So
Facts.
I'm going with Terrence.
I'm going with Bud in that one too.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Bud
going with Bud in that one too.
Bud different.
What you thinking, Chaz?
I'm with Bud.
Yeah,
Unanimous.
Bud different.
Finally, we agree on something. We ain't grading nothing all day long.
Bud different.
Finally, unanimous decision. I'm definitely giving it to Bud.
Bud
I
different.
mean, I think a lot of people question, like the legitimacy of some of Bud's fights because of the Arrow fight and because Arrow was clearly like not Arrow.
See, that's another one. I don't
I
know.
hate that excuse.
I don't know.
Let me hear.
Because Bud said it. He said, if I fight you now, they going to say I beat you too young. But if I wait and fight you, they going to say you were older and you wasn't your stuff. Bud beat that.
He beat the brakes off him.
The way he beat Earl.
But if Bud do go in there with Canelo though, the only thing is he like to brawl.
That's
Canelo brawl too.
That's his nature, right? So that's my only thing with Bud, bro. Like you like to
Bud
brawl,
different,
and like
But I'm not, in all fairness,
the world.
the Arrow, right? This is the reality, right? Because I remember hearing like a doctor talk about this, right? It would from that kind of accident, the car was a ball, right? From that kind of accident, the accident itself takes a year.
man looked high.
The accident by itself would have taken a year-long recovery. He was back in the ring with Bud in a year.
Who's his manager, man? You need to fire his manager.
I think retina detached. I still think that eye not right.
That boy beat that boy like
Badly, dog.
I'm with you though. It was too soon. It was too soon.
I think he was too soon. I don't think that physically he was ready to fight anybody.
With that
But in
big of a
particular,
fight, too.
He wasn't
Come on.
Ready, bro. He came in the ring, eyes glossy.
Bud is not a slouch like that. You could do that.
Nah, I think I'm not saying that Bud would have lost that fight.
Hell
I'm
no.
just saying like the ass whooping that he took. I think the fact that he was not ready to box as a
he
whole
wasn't ready.
had a big part to play.
That wasn't even belt to ass. That was like, you ever see like in an old movie when like a nun put like an old baby they use the ruler and just like, what?
Yes.
That's how Bud.
He wasn't ready for real.
That was awful. That might have been one of the worst ass whoopings I've
And
ever.
I made so much.
Felt bad for him.
I made so much money off that fight because everybody thought Crawford was gonna lose. I'm like, are y'all done?
How?
Thank you.
Shout out to you, Dre. I still haven't gotten your money from that bet, but we'll talk about that later. But for sure, anybody will tell you, my man will tell you, he was sitting right there. Like, I told everybody, I think Bud got it. As soon as I saw him bring out Eminem, I really thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
For real. I don't think you come out here and play lose yourself and you lose. I don't think so. I think this is over. So I mean, it went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. But I definitely felt like, nah, Errol looks terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, Bud looks fantastic, but Errol looks horrible tonight.
He didn't look right
At all. Like, it was no power behind those punches. Like, he didn't look good. Know what I mean? My whole thing is like the rematch, right? There was a clause in the contract, and then, but I think with rematches, often there's like a time period on it too. And I felt like Bud waited out the time.
Ain't nobody wanted to see that. No way.
Spence is not, he not right.
Spence and Crawford again would be like saying Tyson Fury. And
Yeah, we ain't nobody want to see that.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
You think that's why Bud didn't want to fight him again? Like, you thought?
well, I think
Why?
personally, I think Bud would have. He don't even. But he would have been more injured leaving that fight if they would have fought again.
Yeah.
You think he didn't want to hurt him?
Yes.
Hey, look, you saw it.
That looked
You
bad.
felt bad for him.
Everybody felt bad for him, bro.
Everybody felt bad.
Bad for him,
I
man. He
got a
not
question
right.
for y'all though.
Okay.
Cause a lot of people don't talk boxing, and, be this level-headed where they have actually good opinion. Who y'all most excited for, like, seeing coming up? Like, with young boxers, undercard. That y'all excited.
Abdullah Mason.
Yeah.
He's fire.
Yeah, he nice.
He's fire. What's the name too? Is nice. From Norfolk. He from Virginia.
Yeah.
Davis.
Marshawn. Is that his name?
Something like that.
No, Scooter Davis, he from DC.
Oh,
Nah, there's another dude from Virginia.
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
That dude, Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn.
Yeah, he do his thing, but Abdullah Mason, I'm telling you,
Super entertaining. Like, I feel like Keyshawn the next coming. We'll be honest.
he calling people out too. But Abdullah Mason,
Yeah, I think we saw the Frank Martin though, and we saw that shit in it. What a fucking joke.
I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, fuck
You got a dog.
man.
Like people,
got your ass
you forget that fight. Like you just go over that.
You didn't look nowhere near like
Nah,
and
bro.
you know,
Even the
that
press
fight,
conference is
he was
bad.
the example of what not to do in the ring with Tank. Like, man, go away. I'm not gonna ever see you again. Like,
Yeah.
Then you back in
Yeah,
obscurity. I hope you enjoy it.
Nah, Frank really laid that. Like, he really quit. Like,
yeah.
all I seen was
He was scared though.
He was scared. That's exactly what it was.
He
yeah.
quit that fight.
You walked in scared. Like,
Give
you
it
was
up.
pussy. And now you want to fight. Now you want to fight Shakur again. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see that shit. Like, you don't wanna see that.
Shakur
You wanna see-
Abdullah Mason.
That's true. You want to see
Yeah.
Frank Martin fight Shakur
Yeah, that'd be
again?
tough.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
No, nobody want to see that shit, bro. You need another check. Like, it's over. Go away. You need to go be an analyst too. I'm sick of his shit. Like, stop.
Yeah,
talking.
nah.
We don't want to see you went in there scared. Nigga jumped at you in the press conference. You jumped back like a little girl. Like, come on, get the hell out of here.
I'm
Man.
trying
I
to
knew
think.
we lost the fight right then. And then it,
Yeah, that
I
was
know,
crazy.
like, it was over. It was over. You lost all mental edge in that
You
fight.
can't do that.
You pulled a Tyson on you and you fell for it. It's ridiculous. Get the hell out of here.
Man, yeah.
Frank the Ghost Martin.
Yeah.
He was right.
He ghost star.
That night.
Go that night. Like, you picked that shit perfectly. Listen, we can talk about this shit all day.
Facts.
But I can't stay here all night with y'all. But we know episode part 2 of this is coming after Lamont Roach
Yeah.
essentially beat the shit out of Tank. I don't know. I don't want to. I love Tank. We know. I love Tank.
Potentially.
So I don't know. But honestly, I think Lamont got the rematch, man. You get all the respect in the world from us up here, man. Shout out to No Excuses. Shout out to Lamont Roach Sr. You prepared your son as only a father could, and it was immaculate. So I'm going to say all of that to say we love you here at You Weren't There podcast. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you catch us on the episode on Monday. Make sure you follow us everywhere at You Weren't There podcast. Lou, we're going to start with you on the exits, and then we're going to close this thing out.
Appreciate the podcast. I appreciate y'all, man. Great conversations. I love talking about sports. So, you know what I'm saying? I grew up playing football for a long time. So it's always nice to have conversations with people that's passionate about sports as well. So LewLemmeGet1, at LewLemmeGet1, just like how it's spelled, everywhere. Check out the music. I'm on everything, all streaming platforms. Thank y'all for having me again.
Yeah, Jeff2Funny. Hey, look, this was some great energy, great conversation. Hey, look, even if we want, before the Lamont fight, I'll come back and kick it with y'all.
For sure.
We all locked in. I'm locked in with all y'all on here. And yeah, anybody else want to work? Jeff2Funny, that's Jeff the number 2. Let's get this money, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, great conversation. Pleasure for y'all to be here, man. It's Chance DL, all platforms. Like, share, subscribe, comment, interact with us. Oh, and go get that bird by the door. We still pushing that. I'm always keep pushing that. So you already know what it is. Mia?
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. God bless y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.